Hello. In this explainer, we're going to take a clear, evidence-based look at PureStem's human stem cell condition media. This is really for you, the physicians in the Philippines who are at the cutting edge of regenerative medicine and need to understand the science, the data, and the logic behind this system. So, let's dive into the evidence.
We'll break this down into three key parts. First, we're going to establish the uncompromising quality standard that starts in Japan. Second, we'll analyze the hard evidence behind the three distinct formulations. And finally, we'll talk about how this whole system can elevate your practice to a completely new level of patient care.
You know, in regenerative medicine, clinical trust is everything. And that trust really begins with the manufacturing process itself. It's right here that PureStem establishes a standard of safety and purity that is, quite frankly, just unparalleled in the market today.
So, what's truly significant here is the environment. PureStem is produced in what's called a Class 100 cell processing center. Now, to put that in perspective, this is the highest level of cleanroom you can get, a standard that's usually reserved for making things like semiconductors and computer chips. It means there are fewer than 100 tiny particles per cubic foot of air. This just guarantees absolute purity from start to finish.
And this commitment to purity is built into a really rigorous four-step process. It all starts with stringently screened healthy Japanese donors. From there, we use a completely natural, serum-free, and antibiotic-free culture process to get rid of any risk of contamination. Now, a key distinction, and this is really important, is Step 3. We never use frozen cells. Every single culture is started with fresh cells within 24 to 36 hours of collection. This just maximizes their vitality and their therapeutic power. And finally, we preserve that peak state with advanced freeze-dry technology.
And this is where that technology becomes such a critical advantage, especially for the climate right here in the Philippines. PureStem is stable up to 40 degrees Celsius. Think about that. This completely eliminates the need for a costly, high-risk cold chain. So you get a product at its absolute peak effectiveness, without the financial or the operational headache of specialized refrigeration.
Okay, so we've established the quality. Now let's switch gears and talk about clinical application and see how this quality actually translates into real, measurable results. You see, PureStem isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's an evidence-based system of three distinct formulations, which allows you to select the precise tool for your patient's specific goals.
This table gives you the strategic overview at a glance. We've got adipose derived for skin regeneration, dental pulp for nerve and cognitive function, and umbilical cord for systemic anti-aging and immune support. Each one is defined by its own unique cytokine profile, and that's what really dictates its primary clinical strength. So let's break each one of them down.
First up, the adipose-rich formulation. This is, hands down, the definitive solution for high-level aesthetic and dermatological applications. It's really engineered to rebuild and rejuvenate the skin's fundamental architecture, right from the cellular level up.
And the evidence for its potency? It's just unambiguous. Take a look at the concentration of epidermal growth factor, or EGF. Compared to a major competitor, PureStem's adipose-rich formulation contains between 2140 and 2530 times more. I mean, this isn't an incremental improvement. This is a generational leap in potency. Clinically, what this means is you're not just hoping for collagen synthesis. You are commanding it. You're delivering profound results with just unprecedented speed.
So that staggering concentration of cytokines like EGF and TGF-beta translates directly into some really powerful clinical action. It promotes a robust synthesis of collagen and elastin, literally rebuilding the skin's foundational matrix. It also significantly accelerates wound healing after procedures like fractional laser, which makes it the clear, evidence-based choice for improving wrinkles, texture, and just overall skin quality.
Now let's turn to our second formulation, dental pulp rich. This is where PureStem takes on one of the most sophisticated challenges in regenerative medicine. We're talking about neurological health, nerve repair, and cognitive function.
The data here is frankly just astonishing. It contains up to 300 times more beta nerve growth factor, and even more incredible, it has up to 18,000 times more hepatocyte growth factor. These aren't just big numbers on a chart. They really signify a paradigm shift, the ability to provide the precise molecular signals that are essential for cellular repair and neuroprotection at a concentration that can drive real biological change.
So why is it so effective? Well, it all comes down to its origin in high-quality neural stem cells. This gives it a distinct specialization in neuroprotection. Its mechanism is targeted for nerve repair, which makes it indicated for patients who are seeking support for cognitive function, prevention of neurodegenerative decline, and even the recovery of systemic organ function.
And finally, our third formulation, umbilical cord rich. You should really think of this as the comprehensive solution for systemic health. It addresses everything from immune balance and inflammation to global anti-aging and even hair restoration.
This chart really shows its powerful but well-balanced profile. It contains 10 to 11 times more HGF for organ repair, and critically, 6 to 7 times more keratinocyte growth factor, or KGF. And as you know, KGF has a very specific and highly sought-after clinical function.
Because it's derived from Wharton's jelly, it is just packed with a diverse mix of potent cytokines. This provides strong immunomodulatory effects, which makes it ideal for conditions like allergies. It supports systemic organ repair for anti-aging from the inside out. And that high KGF concentration? It directly signals follicular stem cells, creating the optimal biological environment for hair regrowth right at the source.
So this brings us to the big picture. Adopting the PureStem system is about more than just adding a new product. It is a strategic decision to position your practice at the absolute forefront of regenerative medicine, right here in the Philippines.
And this slide really illustrates that shift perfectly. The standard approach? Well, it often stops at localized symptomatic treatment. The PureStem system, on the other hand, empowers you to offer a far more comprehensive level of care. With this evidence-based trio, you can deliver solutions that address the skin, systemic health, and the central nervous system, meeting the highest demands of your patients.
So we invite you to partner with us. Together, we can move way beyond conventional treatments and deliver the profound, evidence-based results that are going to define the next stage of medicine. Let's provide that true patient experience.
Meikatsu is incredibly proud to be the exclusive partner bringing the unparalleled quality of PureStem to the Philippines. This is our commitment to you and your practice, a partnership that's built on scientific evidence, uncompromising quality, and a shared vision for elevating patient care.